like we've just about got the thumbs up, and just like that, the hammer drops. And for the final time in 2023, the East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drags off into the races, and it's Brad Johnson leading Daniel LaFleur around the 3rd mile as we get things underway. A lot of smoke coming out from underneath the Camaro. Around he goes, loses the handles on it, and he popped it up at the last second. Daniel LaFleur gonna come away with the opening round win here in the 2012 Golf TDI, and we're all bear with us as our cards a little bit out of sync today. Hopefully we'll get cycled back through, but it looks like Paul Gallant is rolls up in his Kia Forte, the 2023, alongside the number 42 red Corvette, and that's just going to leave the Kia in the dust.
Yeah, that was no contact right off the stretch there. As down into 3 and 4, coming to the pink and white checkered flag is that red Corvette.
Now for round 1.
Warming up the old tires there as they come off of the infield.
54 car of Adam Marderosian from Foxborough, Mass, going up against the number 55 car. Marderosian in the Pontiac Firebird and the Chevy Camaro up on the high side getting the jump. That's David Ravello, Swansea, Mass, leading Marderosian down the back stretch towards the final corner.
Gonna try closing in on the back bumper of the Camaro, but not enough time. Checkered flag in the air.
So Ravello Okay, so here we go. Finally a legible number. Paul Curtis in the 1964 Malibu going up against, here is David Ravello in his white Chevy Camaro from 2010. Curtis on the outside in the 64 Malibu, and Ravello on the inside. Away they go, and give the nod to Curtis off the line.
Curtis is going to be way out front and off down back stretch against Paul Curtis.
Yeah, Paul Curtis with the advantage from the jump. Going to carry that advantage right through to the pink and white flag. Checkered in the air, Paul Curtis. Going to get another lap in round 2. David Ravello sent packing. Don Fascio in the 85 Thunderbird going up against Jason Farias in the 04 Colorado. As Steve Bowden, yeah, find a gear, find a reverse, there we go. Having Don take a step back. Don or Jason from Warren, Rhode Island in the 04 Chevy Colorado. Don Fascio in that 85 Thunderbird from Brooklyn, Connecticut. And now that our competitors are all gridded up where they're supposed to be, we're going to get the signal, and away they go, and it's Farias stomping on that thing and leaving Fascio in the dust.
Yeah, this is not going to be a close one as they go down the backstretch. Here comes that Firebird trying to close in, coming to the checkered flag. Not enough time. KJ puts the checkers in the air.
Jason Farias handily taking down the round 1 win.
Firebird.
That truck's a sleeper, rest cancer free. Driving hot flash heat wave. The Subi, as the fans give a nice warm round of applause to Jen Bucher, that number 2 car. Jen's going to be going up against Franz Weidinger in the 1994 Trans Am. Pretty even start. Jen Bucher dives it in high off the deep. Give her the advantage to 1 and 2. That's off the throttle, and that lets Weidinger there, slide right on underneath, just a corner to remain, and it's Weidinger with the advantage. But hey, not for no lack of effort. Let's hear it, folks, for Jen Bucher, who sent it hard into turn 1 and 2. Jen Bucher. Sean Fitzgerald going up against Azal Romanos. Jury's going to be out on the number on that right side, but Sean Fitzgerald down low in the 85 bet. He's going to take the point with less than half a lap remaining.
Yeah, closing in though, that red one.
Mero, that's Jackson Decker in the 3. Slideways across the line, able to gather it back in. Definitely made for an eventful end of the lap, although he will be heading pit side in his S10 Chevy Blazer. Only 3 drivers remain within striking distance of Charlie Guardino and a chance to steal the East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drags Championship this year. We'll dive into who those drivers are in just a minute. Charlie Guardino going to grid up on the outside. Johnny Turbo on the inside in the Subaru Forester, and it looks like Turbo's got that thing spooled up on the inside. Just a little bit. Charlie, though, nurses that momentum right around the outside, settles it down into the bottom, opens it up off the front. Charlie Guardino begins his final campaign of 2023 in an effort to lock down Lewis from Rumford, Rhode Island, known amongst the fans as the Primer Mustang. How could we forget part of that fateful incident with the blue 02 Corvette that met its match with the turn 4 wall. But Art Brousseau lived to fight another day from that. He's going to go up against Azai Romanos in the 2021 Acura ILX. Art Brousseau able to make some deep runs here. Can he keep the streak alive today? And it certainly looks that way.
I would think so. Off to Art down the backstretch, coming into 3 and 4, and no contest. Checkered flag in the air from KJ Hyatt off the starter stand. Art Brousseau moves on.
Yeah, Romanos just out there for a little Saturday afternoon drive. I can't really blame him. Beautiful foliage driving Buchanan with his career best top 3 finish earlier this year. We'll be looking for more out of Kyle here today. John Fielding going to grid up on the outside of Kyle as he drives the 1998 Chevy Camaro. Fielding, no stranger to the top 3. In fact, he currently sits 7th in the points with 23 total on the season. Not within striking distance of the lead, but can certainly make the dent into the top 5, and just like that, they're on down. So, back into the final corner. It's Fielding leaving the door open for Buchanan. Can he make a last gasp for it? Not going to be enough time. John Fielding ousts the Malibu wagon in round 1. John Fielding. Racking up 8 total points. Currently 12. So, always great to see that Malibu wagon. Certainly one of our most unique folks. Let's give it up. One of our Thrill Show regulars, Kyle Buchanan.
NBC 1500, that's Taylor Horton, matching up against the Pontiac Trans Am of Walter Wickenbach.
Wickenbach currently sits in 5th place on the season. He's the first car out of striking distance from the championship. That doesn't mean he can still make a splash here at the Pumpkin Smash. Taylor Horton, though, always brings speed to this third mile. Can he pull off an upset here as they come out of just a little bit down the back stretch? Does he have something for Wickenbach in the final corner?
Right for the back bumper, off of 4, not enough. Wickenbach wins it.
Wickenbach with the win. And he's going to look to cash in on some points as he can still climb in the standings. So we'll have to see how many of our other...
Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, somebody had dropped a ring in the ladies' restroom out in the back straightaway. It was turned in at the base of the tower, so if you can identify it, look at your fingers. If there's something missing, it's downstairs.
Liam Monahan from Rehoboth, Mass. steps up to the plate as he leads the duo around the first couple of corners. Monahan in the 89 Camaro leads the Ford Fusion into the final half lap.
And off of 4, that Camaro is going to take it. Checkered flag in the air.
Liam Monahan taking down round 1. That was Recovery Spectator Drags race the track. Next couple cars up, Josh Oliveira in the 06 Passat going up against car number 17, Andrew Baptiste, who has been right in the mix this season, currently 8th in points with 22 to his name. Ooh, gets the great jump with that reaction time. It certainly looked like it, and he was off to the races down into the apex before the Passat to rise in turn 1.
Into 3 and 4, yeah, Baptiste is going to bring this one home in one piece. Checkered flag in the air off the 4, Andrew Baptiste over Josh Oliveira.
Andrew Baptiste, one of those top 10 drivers. Kenny Klein sits in 4th place. He's in that red Mitsubishi Eclipse. Now he's missed a couple of shows, but he still is within striking distance. Just 7 points the delta between him and Charles Guardino. Corey Perry going to line up to him to his left. That's the 1990 Firebird from Swantown. And Kenny Klein always with blistering speed with these Spectator Drags.
Yeah, he's going to keep it on. Kenny Klein looking into 3 and 4. Off of 4, checkered flag in the air, give it to Kenny Klein.
Kenny Klein takes down Corey Perry, who Perry himself no slouch. Corey Perry currently 9th in points this season. Kenny Klein, though, still alive as far as championship hopes go. And he's going to really need some luck here with an early exit from Guardino by his standards if he wants to close up that point gap. Here we have the number 20 and 21 cars. That's John Johnson in the 20 in the 84 Camaro, and Mike Panchocho in
Try saying that 3 times fast.
from Johnson, Rhode Island. And it looks like Panchocho in that 350Z missed the start, couldn't find the gear, and he's a little loose off of 2 to add to it all. He's going to have to hope for a miracle here as Johnson's just going to idle around here, taking down the easy early when Panchoco putting on a little drift tonic for us down the front stretch. How about that?
Wow, how about it? As he'll head pit side.
Tom Kazunas from Wakefield, Rhode Island in the Chevy C10, the 1984 vintage. Again, certainly a sleeper. This thing's a long body, but that thing can get around the 3rd mile quick. And he's going to be paired up with James Reese from Cranston, Rhode Island in the 1995 Firebird.
Here we go.
Like I said, that thing's a sleeper. Kazuna is easily going to gap James Reese. Firebird. As the Firebird goes for a might as well put on a smoke show now as Kazunas takes down the checker, half a lap the advantage to his challenger. Kazunas may well be our top finishing truck this afternoon. There's certainly a lot of talent. Well, at least, 2 pickups. We haven't even seen Rob Gingras yet. The 25 of Michael Smolinski and from Cranston, Rhode Island in the 89 Camaro, going to take the low lane. Rob Gingras in the 1949 Ford F2 gonna line up top.
A beautiful truck there on the outside, and on the inside it's a battle here with 22. The Ford F2.
Gingras with the power moving to 3, shuffles down below. Smolinski at the line. Rob Gingras putting into practice is not how you start, it's where you Jimmy Cha-Cha in the 86 Firebird going up against Gary DaCosta. The Camaro on the inside, outside, or excuse me, the Camaro on the outside, the Firebird down low. Cha-Cha out front, starting to pull away from DaCosta in the Camaro.
Down into 3 and 4, it's all Cha-Cha here. He slides off the 4 and to the checkered flag.
Spectator Drags this afternoon. Certainly one of our largest fields of the season. And who wouldn't want to make the last show of the season to put on a show. Also, super great looking crowd today. And we have a whole host of fun and excitement. And this is just getting the party started. We have Gil Bradstreet on the outside in that bookless 1989 Camaro going up against Street. He is going to be off of 3 and 4 to the checkered flag. Gil wins another one. Yeah, Gil Bradstreet challenged in the finals at least a couple of nights in the championship mix. Moving right along here, cars number 28 and 29. Michael Padula on the outside in the 91 Camaro. Christine Peirce in the Red Dragon. 78 Camaro on the inside. And it's Peirce who pulls down into 1 and 2 first.
Peirce is going to take it off to 2 and head down the backstretch there. Over Padula. Into 3 and 4. The Red Dragon off of 4. Checkered flag in the air. Red Dragon moving on.
Looks like it's going to be the 32 car of David Medeiros in the 1982 Chevy Camaro. Now personally, I'm going to root for the Honda Civic here, because I drive a 2020 Honda Civic. It is an SI, so it's got a little more juice than this one, but come on Honda, as he keeps it toe-to-toe, and the Honda Civic is gonna pull on Medeiros in the Camaro. Down the backstretch they go, into the final couple of turns. It's Steven Barrows with the lead. Can he hold on to it? Here comes Medeiros at the line, it's the Honda.
Wow.
Here comes Kevin.
Well, I think I've just seen about everything now.
The Honda, I think we can say...
Don't look now, we've got a Nissan coming out.
Nissan Altima of the 06 vintage, driven by Stephen Doyon from Hanksville, Rhode Island. Going to go up against Sam Hernandez in the 94 Camaro. Steve Bowden checks them out real quick, makes sure that they're gridded up right where they're supposed to be. Sam Hernandez from Warwick, Rhode Island. Away they go and give the nod to Hernandez down into 1.
It's going to be Hernandez off of 2. With the advantage down the backstretch over the Nissan Altima of Steve Doyon. Into 3 and 4. Sam Hernandez to the checkered flag. Look at this Ghostbusters car coming out.
That would be Jeff Daniels, one of our winners here, who's still within striking distance of the championship. Currently sits 3rd in the points, 35 of them to his name. And it's going to be Chris Demers.
Not going to be confused with Jeff Daniels, the actor, though. Daniels out front in that Ghostbusters car, off the 2 with the advantage down backstretch.
Yes, Daniels arguably our only Spectator drag driver with an intro song this afternoon.
Right.
And will he do it justice as the Focus starts to sneak up on him in the middle of round 3? No trouble there though. Jeff Daniels, a bust through the competition. Last couple cars here in round 2. Round 1. Excuse me. And Scott Crossley on the outside and the 86 inside. Going up against that Audi S4 of Brennan Gerard. Gerard going for the front. Scott Crossley laid over for him, whether it was by design or he just had to get the handles in, but Gerard able to pull off the crossover off of 2. He crossed off Crossley.
Unbelievable. Checkered flag.
As he makes his way, we're down to our final couple of cars here in round 1. It's going to be,
That is going to be Shawanda Swamin, I believe, or Swanee.
going up against Daniel LaFleur, and it's LaFleur who's already got a run around here, so I guess you could say this starts round 2. And LaFleur is going to lead the CRZ by about a quarter of a lap as the checkered flag waves. As the CRZ not able to find the success that the Civic did. No, not Chuck Wood.
Never.
In a 55 Chevy Camaro, for which I do not have a card for. Correct. Yeah, the number 55 Corvette, or Camaro, going up against the Corvette.
Give the advantage to the vet. Off of 2 down the back stretch.
Ray Bradley starts to see the Camaro peek to the outside, but as long as Ray Bradley doesn't give up that low lane, it looks like it's going to be enough to take it. It sure is. Ray Bradley taking down the win.
And that's going to now lead us into round number 2.
It certainly will. Jason Farias and Paul Curtis stepping up for round number 2. As Paul Curtis from Centerville, Mass, and the Malibu on the outside, Farias on the inside, and the 04 Colorado. Giving up to Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis on the outside with the advantage early. They are going to be neck and neck for sure. They go the outside, stretching the advantage to Paul Curtis on the upstairs.
Here comes the truck, though, as it bullies its way right through underneath at the line. Wow. I think you're going to have to give that to the blue truck. Paul Curtis just ran out of time off of turn 2. They're going to...
That was a photo finish.
Can't really tell who the official... That's right, just how I thought we saw it.
Again.
Jason Farias in the blue truck.
Again.
All right, it's official. Race Control has the word. The blue truck able to just stave off the Malibu. Jason Farias waits to see another day here. We'll see more of that 04 Colorado
Move along here.
Somebody had to have a soccer game, so that's getting late.
Back to the top of our lineup sees us the number 1 and number 4 cars. Franz Weidinger going to take the inside in his 94 Trans Am, and Sean Fitzgerald on the outside in the 85 Corvette.
Away with it, that's going to be Franz. He jumped down early.
Franz continuing to grow that lead off the 4th and final corner. Pink and white in the air at the stripe, and it's Weidinger going to take down the round 2 win. Next couple of cars up, and it's going to be Art Brousseau in the Primer Mustang. Now this is a worthy challenge for your points leader here. If Art Brousseau can get a good jump, it's going to prove a handful for Charlie. He's going to have to really work this thing up top, but boy does that S10 love to slide around up high.
Yes, it does. This is going to be a matchup of heavy hitters, as you said. And let's see what Charlie has against Art Brousseau.
Up top, and he just shuts the door on the entry to 1. Gets smaller out in the back, out the front windshield. One last gas by the Primer Mustang. Big push off of 4, not going to be enough. As Guardino continues his march to the final round. Our Brousseau not proving to be enough to upset our point leader here today, but still a great showing for that number 7 Tyler Mustang.
Effort for sure by our Brousseau as we get our next matchup set.
John Fielding and Walter Wickenbach up next. It's Wickenbach on the outside in the 88 Trans Am, Fielding down low in the 98 Camaro. Toe-to-toe through the first couple of corners. Dead even down the back strip. Gives a slight nod to Fielding, half a car length as they go into 3 and 4. Checkered in the air, going to be a drag race. John Fielding, though, with the shorter way around the track. The 11 of Wickenbach couldn't quite get it to stick off of 4. That's going to send your 5th place point sitter home today. Finish our 2023 season with 30 points. Whether or not he'll remain in 5th place remains to be seen. That said, John Fielding still potentially 4 points coming to his name this afternoon. Next couple of cars up, we have Liam Monahan going up against the 17 car as they roar to life down into turn 1 and 2. Monahan toward the high side. Got a little bit of ground to make up, pulls right up alongside his challenger, way up in the 4th groove, looking for all that grip, can't quite pull it off. Liam Monahan sent home here in round 2 as we roll on here in round 2. Yeah, it looks to be John Johnson in an 84 Camaro, and that it is.
That indeed is correct.
Johnson gonna elect the high side. Kenny Klein on the low lane. Again, Klein in that red one of the only challengers remaining this season that still is not championship. We'll see how the chips fall in the following rounds. As for this round, Kenny Klein can lift early off of 4. Whoa! Losing the rear end off of turn 4. It was Johnson. As Johnson demanding a little bit more than the tire is able to provide. That thing was all pretty much wrapped up anyway.
Fitting, the Kenny Klein moves on.
Tom Kazunas.
Matchup of 2 heavy hitters in trucks here.
Tom Kazunas looking to make a deep run here today, and Gingras going to see if he can keep up. Tom Kazunas on the inside. Now that's a strong combination, and he's certainly going to make use of that as he very quickly wraps his C10.
Out in front of the Ford, not so fast. Here comes Gingras, not enough time to give the advantage to Kazunas.
Rob Gingras with a great last half lap stab. Couldn't quite get it to stick and race. Gil Bradstreet on the outside. And that's the 89 Camaro with Jimmy Cha-Cha down low in the 86 Firebird. Away they go. Cha-Cha stayed on Bradstreet. Proceeded to the top 3 each and every time. That tire hard into the wall. That thing just came right off of the hub. Gilson probably doesn't even know that he lost his competitor. Hard on the brakes there.
Well, join me in that most famous song, ladies and gentlemen. You picked the fine time to leave me loose wheel.
Well, that's just a thrill show right here at this point. That's awesome.
You know, these aren't your off-the-factory floors and arrows and Firebirds, I'll tell you that much. And to see that snap, make sure to get your kick on Route 6. And, of course, Del's Lemonade with us. A lot going on up on the Midway. So please take a moment and enjoy today's festivities. We've still got a lot to go as we are still going through the East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drags, and that's what a car without a right rear tire looks like, ladies and gentlemen, as it comes around.
Last round is back out there.
That's right, and it has one heck of a challenge as Steven Barrows in the Civic going up against Christine Purse in the Camaro, the Red Dragon from 1987. Give the reaction time to Barrows in the Civic. That's just about the only thing he's going to get the edge on as Christine here jumps out to the lead with half a lap to go.
Yeah, half lap to go down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Here comes that Civic on the outside, though not enough time as
Christine Purse takes down the win.
Will win that in the Red Dragon.
07 Subaru Outback. Again, one of our championship hopefuls today. Jeff Daniels out to the front. Sam Hernandez with some work to do as that Subaru dives into turn 3 and 4.
Who are you going to call, Sam?
Off of turn 2. Who are you going to call? Jeff Daniels rolls right on into round 3. You know, you rest the round 2 win. Sam Hernandez's day is done. Brennan Gerard.
That Audi looked pretty good their last round, and
Ray Bradley is going to grid up
against Ray Bradley.
So this begins round 3 for us. Bradley with the jump. Down to 1 they go. Gerard gets the run. Out of it at the last second. Probably didn't like how close he felt he was getting to Bradley. That's going to give the edge to Bradley. That sacrificed all Gerard's momentum going down the back stretch, and that cost him the round.
Yeah,
so we're going to keep rolling on now, fully fledged into round 3. And we're going to have Daniel LaFleur go up against Jason Farias. LaFleur down low in the Golf TDI, but it's Farias.
Farias is fast and furious into 1 and 2 down the backstretch with the advantage. That blue Chevy Colorado into 3 and 4. Checkered flag waves at the start-finish line. It's going to be Jason Farias taking the checkered flags.
Taking down LaFleur. Okay.
Charlie Guardino.
Charlie Guardino is going to get a little more tough now for your point leader as he's now faced with Franz Weidinger. Franz down low, Charlie up top. Again, can Franz get a jump? Franz sticking to the S10. Again, just not enough. Down into 3 they go. Charlie Guardino with the lead. Here comes Franz. Fast and furious through the final couple corners, but not going to have enough time. Charlie Guardino
is going to move on.
Moving it.
What would you call that? A two-tone Firebird?
You ran out of paint mid paint job. No, that's Andrew Baptiste in the 1985 Trans Am, and John Fielding is going to have to play catch-up here. He's doing just that. He gets right up to the rear bumper of Andrew Baptiste. Can't quite hang on to the rear end of it as the checkered flag out. Andrew Baptiste, he saw that black Camaro get real big in his rear view, and then it got a little bit smaller in the middle of the corner.
Two heavy hitters here again. Kenny Klein and
Tom Kazunas.
Tom Kazunas in that Chevy pickup truck. This is
John Fielding, giving the fans a 1-2 show. John Fielding, 7th place coming in, 23 points. Of course, every driver gets 1 point for participating. So other than that, it looks like there's just a little more than
Kenny Klein is off.
continuing in March 2, the final rounds.
Into 3 and 4, final time, checkered flag in the air, Kenny Klein moves on.
Attention, truck enduro drivers, please report to your vehicles and prepare them for competition. Truck enduro drivers, please report to your vehicles. To fight another day. The Ghostbusters are back. Cue the music, Marco. As Jeff Daniels steps up to the plate in his Ghostbusters themed Outback against Ray Bradley in the 85 Corvette.
A little bit of a skip on the start there. Got the advantage. And they go down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Don't look too fast, though. This is the battle. To the checkered flag, it's the Ghostbusters.
Charlie Guardino going up against Jason Farias. Guardino up top, gets the jump, has the speed, and just about has this round wrapped up.
Backstretch, it's all Charlie. Into 3 and 4. Checkered flag waves. Charlie Guardino's moving on.
Charlie Guardino just about a step or two away from that final round. We start to get down to the nitty-gritty here. Just 5 cars remaining. Andrew Baptiste, Kenny Klein up top. Andrew's going to need the start of the gods here. He's going to want to keep up with Klein for one. He climbed down about it just as well as he could. And that just goes to show you how quick that Kenny Klein machine is. As down the backstretch they go. Leads Baptiste into 3 and 4. Baptiste wraps right up against that berm. Does get all the speed he can. Just doesn't have enough for that little Mitsubishi Eclipse immediately. So Kenny Klein takes down Andrew Baptiste. Gil Bradstreet and Jeff Daniels now has just 4 cars remain. And these are going to be some variation of your finalists in your consolation round. But Gil Bradstreet on the outside, 89 Camaro. Jeff Daniels in the 07 Outback. Toe-to-toe they go through one. Dead even coming up into the momentum though is Bradstreet. All 4 tires working for Jeff Daniels. Keeps right alongside down the bottom. Absolute drag race off of 4 at the checkered flag. Gil Bradstreet able to get the run out of 4. Ghostbusters busted.
Yeah.
Kenny Klein waving his hand out the window, pumping up the crowd. Folks,
now this is the race that people have been wanting to see all year long. And it looks like it's finally going to happen. How many Kenny Klein fans we got? How many Charlie Guardino fans we got? Well, V8 versus 4-cylinder, all-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive, car versus SUV. Down into one they go. And it's demanding all he can for those tires. Can't quite get to the rear bumper. Checker flag is here. Kenny Klein takes down Guardino. Kenny Klein, fifth time. It looked like it couldn't be done. He was the only person who could potentially do it. Guardino. So the most points that Jeff can make up on Charlie here is 1, which means unofficially Charlie Guardino is going to have the championship wrapped up. We're going to have to revisit that down in Victory Lane. Should Charlie get there, Charlie Guardino certainly wants to end tonight on a high note after being checked by Kenny. Gets the jump off the stripe, and he's going to have it shuffled down to the line. Checks it up, down the back stretch. Can't tell if he's broke or not.
Checkered flag for Charlie.
Charlie Guardino gets the 3rd place finish. Jeff Daniels rolls across in 4th. So that wraps up our consolation round. And then there were, let alone beat, Kenny Klein down into turn 1. Gil Bradstreet's quick. I haven't seen Kenny Klein type speed out of that Camaro yet this season. But could Gil be hiding something? It was there, and Kenny doing what Kenny does best and winning that 100-foot Kenny Klein with the 10 car length advantage, shrunk right up to 5 as Gil not giving up here in the late stages. He's got to run out of time. Kenny Klein coasts across the line, takes down round 1. Does he depend on that trajectory down into 1 for that takeoff? I don't think so. I think he's just as quick down low or up top. We'll see. Maybe Gil works a little bit better down into 1 up top. Only time will tell. Away they go, and just like that, Kenny Klein. No confidence down into 1. Gil, quick down on entry into 3. Can he get to at least to the rear bumper? Can he make something happen? Yeah, just didn't have enough. Kenny Klein taking down the win here on Pumpkin Smash Weekend. 10 points to the victor. 44 points total on the season for Kenny Klein. And that is going to do it for our Spectator Drags. We're going to talk to Gil, Kenny, and Charlie in just a second. Let's talk to our winner first. Folks, let's give it up. Kenny Klein, blistering speed all year this season. I don't know if you got a trade secret. Sometimes when I see this thing, I wonder if it's legal. But how is this thing so dang fast into turn 1?
Man, I can't tell you that. Man, I'm just grateful that the car held together today. It's been a long year of trying to keep this thing together, and I always knew what it could do. It just had to do it, and today was the day.
It certainly was. I mean, every time you step up to the plate, you win the 100-foot race, and it's all said and done after that. This thing's so fast, so cool to watch it get those great starts. I'm sure there's some people that you want to thank for the great outing and really the great season altogether.
Yes, I know a lot of people. I had a kid. He's 9 weeks old. His name's Owen. He's up there. I believe he's up there.
this first race to watch Dad win. Love you, buddy. My girlfriend, my mom's here. Everyone that comes out here, whether you hate me or you love me, you're watching, you're welcome.
Always putting on a show, Kenny. Folks, let's hear it for your winner this evening, Kenny Klein. All right, coming in second place, we got Gil Bradstreet. So you're a latecomer to the season here, but just like that, you've strung together 4 top 3 finishes and a second place today.
Yeah, really, I couldn't be happier with the turnout, really. You know.
That's it?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of folks that you want to thank. I see you got Spar Racing engines on the visor. This thing's been bad fast. Always fun to watch this thing come around.
Yeah, Spar Racing engines, Gary Viller and his wife for letting me run this beast. I love this car. Always hated IROCs, but this thing's fast, it's fun. So it's a blast.
Well, whether you love it or you hate it, it's always one of the top 3 fastest. So, folks, let's hear your second place finisher, Gil Bradstreet. Now, coming in third today, when we saw that matchup, we were like, either Kenny or Charles isn't going to make the finals, and this was the matchup that everyone wanted to see this season. Didn't work out the way that you probably hoped it would.
It's all good. We still got the championship. That's all that mattered.
That's right. So unofficially, folks, if you were following, the way that the points sit, Charlie Guardino at the top of the point standings with 49 on the season. So unofficially, your East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drag Champion, Charlie Guardino. How's it feel to take down a championship here?
Feels good. You know, a lot of people said that I would never win at Seekonk, I would never win a championship, yada, 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 third place, yada, yada, yada. Well, here it is.
You gotta love to prove the haters wrong. I'm sure there's a lot of folks that you want to thank for this.
Yeah, I want to thank a lot of people, but first, I know there's a lot of people that are burning up right now seeing this. I want to thank TBERG Media, over there, right there. Always taking care of everybody. My girlfriend Christina, my kids for taking a long trip with me. Bobby Gardner, vet doctors, and there's a bunch of others too along the way.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Let's go around the horn one more time. Coming in second place today, Gil Bradstreet. Your winner of the night, Kenny Klein, and your 2023 East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drags, Charles Guardino. Your 2023 East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drag Champion, Charles Guardino, as he heads pit side.